Alright, so welcome everyone, and today we are going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try this new game. It's called Baby Steps. Cosilo Fodi. I don't know who these people are. And it says controller recommended right here, but I'm going to try it on the keyboard and mouse first, and if that doesn't work out, I'm going to try the controller method. I saw a trailer for this game and it was very creative, and I wanted to try the game itself. I saw some footage of it, and from that footage I figured it's a very fun game, full of interesting references and ideas. So let's try it. New game.
Nate! Nate! Nate!
Nate, buddy, family meeting, let's go.
Are you bringing him food again?
Not right now.
Talked about this.
Not right now.
You are
okay?
literally killing him with these pizzas.
You just want to throw him out of it?
No, he's 35. I want him to have some kind of discipline. Nate, if you can hear my voice, I want you to come up here and have a family meeting.
Oh god. Alright, so that was an interesting beginning. And yeah, this is a game about this dude who's called Nathan, and he's a big baby, or at least that's what it looks like. So apparently he was spending all of his time just sitting on the couch and watching TV, doing pretty much nothing. And it's clear that his parents were quite worried about him and wanted to resolve this situation somehow. So let's see where Nathan ended up and why he might be here and what's going on. But first we need to figure out the controls. So the mouse kind of moves the camera and Nathan around. Let's see, left mouse click brings one foot up, the left one. Right one brings the right one. Middle one doesn't really do anything. W leans forward. S leans backwards. Okay. Left and right are A and D. This is again for leaning. And what happens if I lift my foot? Okay, I see. So I can lift my foot and then, okay, this is interesting. So oh, I see, he can't stand indefinitely on his 2 feet. On 1 foot, sorry. Which basically means that I'm going to have to place my foot at some point, because otherwise Nate would lose his balance. Yep, he's trying. And yeah, so he like, yeah, basically this is like a stamina system, so you can't really hold for too long. But if so let's see, if I lean forward and as soon as I kind of lift my foot, Nathan starts to lean back into upright position. Okay. Alright. And how do I turn? Oh, I can just turn just like that. Okay. Yeah, the other interesting thing is that Nathan, when I move this foot, it moves like not just forward, but like away from the camera. So for example, if I lift it like this and I press W, yeah, it moves like away from the camera, not forward. Okay, so this is a bit tricky, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Not sure. Anyway, let's try walking forward and seeing where this would lead us. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to lean back and forward, because Nathan pretty much doesn't do anything with the leaning motion. So yeah, the only controls that matter at this point are just where you point your body and where you point your foot. And that's pretty much it. So let me see. I think, yeah,
Deep breath. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're with Jim?
I'm Jim.
No, I'm Jim.
Yeah, no, you're Jim.
Just relax. Nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody falls. Let's get you on your feet.
I'm good.
What's your name, son?
I'm Nate.
Nate. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it's just, what's this program called?
Program?
Like, what's the name of the camp or whatever?
Oh, it's not a camp.
Do my parents?
Oh, no. It's just a cave. But it's mysterious. Of course, you're full of questions.
I got it.
But before we get to that, there's just a few things I've got to explain.
That's okay.
What?
Can I go?
Go?
Like, if I leave, are you gonna stop me?
No,
Oh,
of course not.
okay. Then I'm just gonna head out. It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
See ya.
All right.
alright. So yeah, this was one of those, I think, gaming references that I was talking about, is that in every game there's pretty much a tutorial character that you move right from the get-go. So apparently Jim is supposed to be like a that type of character, at least in this scene. And I find it hilarious that Nate was immediately skipping the tutorial information, just asking like, can I just go? So again, this is something a lot of gamers can probably relate to. Just not reading any tutorials, just going straight through with the gameplay. And yeah, it's interesting that this game allows you kind of to skip all that, although a little bit awkwardly, but anyways. Another thing that Nate mentioned there is he mentioned being in a camp or like a training program. So apparently it's not his first time being in this kind of situation where apparently his parents were trying to put him into some kind of assistance. So he learned that by now that all he needs to do to get back to his comfortable chair and television is just to skip the program as fast as possible. So I think he just views this help from his parents or attempts at help as just some kind of cumbersome, nuanced obstacles that he doesn't really want to engage with. So his main objective is to check all the boxes in the program, go through the checklist of the trainers and helpers and assistants, and pretty much get back to what he likes. I think the most is just being on a couch and watching TV. So I think that's also why narratively, why it makes sense that he trying to skip the tutorial here, but I'm wondering what would happen if I try to engage with Jim. So let me try to walk towards him and see if we can interact. Yeah, I don't see any interaction button or anything here. Maybe it's middle mouse? No, space, enter, EQ, Z, X, F. Oh, F actually changes the behind the shoulder view. I see. Okay, that's good to know. 1, 2, 3, 4. F buttons, nothing. Tab, Shift, Control. Okay, no typical and immediate obvious buttons do anything. Seems like so. I would conclude that probably this is not something that's possible here, interacting with Jim. So let's instead head out of the cave and see what's out there. And I can see why the game would recommend to play this on a controller. But at the same time, I think playing on a controller is a lot harder. Because on a keyboard, you can pretty much pinpoint your foot placement with very high accuracy versus, I imagine on a controller, you would have to do this in analog way, and that's a lot harder. Oh yeah, the soundtrack that you can hear, that's like less of a musical composition and more like a combination of sounds of wildlife that kind of sort of combined sounds like a soundtrack. That is also something that a lot of video games tried to sort of market and boast as a groundbreaking achievement. And I like how they, again, kind of at the same time poking fun at it, at this concept, and actually implementing it in a rather commendable and rather accomplished way. So yeah, a huge achievement there. And one of the games that I remember that tried to do that was Flow, the PlayStation 3 game. And that's basically like your Snake game. That is actually kind of an advanced version of Snake. Yeah, it's going too far and wide there. So yeah, that game had some great, again, kind of emergent soundtrack combined of all the sounds of the game world and the characters in that world. Yeah, I'm trying to gauge what is better, like moving Nate as fast as he can do, or trying to make smaller steps that are kind of calculated. And alright. And Nate can make quite wide steps actually. So This is... yeah, I think I'm starting to get this, maybe? At least in terms of moving forward. Oh, yep, spoke too soon. Alright, let's continue. Oh, it's cold. Look, I think it's cold, because, yeah, I can see white vapor coming out of Nate's mouth, so it's going to be interesting. I have to swap the cameras. Yeah, we already figured that out. That's alright. I'm not sure which side is actually I prefer, because they both are kind of similarly awful in a way. Let me turn around here a little bit. Like that. Okay, almost. And yeah, here's the world. Okay.
Wait up, Nathan. Jim!
Yeah, no, I remember.
From the cave, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
No,
Let's just cut straight to the good stuff. Come with me.
that's
Won't take a minute. Just very close.
actually I do have to. I gotta.
It's not a scam. I'm not going to charge you any money.
No, I
I'm not going to hurt you.
No,
I'm just trying to get you some shoes.
no,
Yeah, because of the bare feet.
I don't. Yeah, that's how I like it. I just do.
Just do feet.
Yeah, but is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
This is pretty far. I mean, I'm worried about your kidneys.
I've got strong kidneys.
Yeah, just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I went away.
Pea shy.
No.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
no, you can watch.
I guess I'll just catch up to you.
Okay.
Don't hold it in, Nate. It's not healthy.
Yeah. No.
Uru.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, uru. Like we say goodbye around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uru.
Yeah. Like goodbye. Ooh.
Okay, that was another interesting interaction with Jim there, and we learned that Jim is not really helpful, is he? Because on one hand, he kind of tried to solve the problem of Nate, that he wanted to pee, but on the other hand, if you think about it, he offered him a solution that Nate clearly didn't like, peeing behind this bush, but he also didn't really say where the toilet is, so he just said it's far away, but it doesn't really help Nate. So maybe this will be a theme, or at least this is how Nate will see this, that somebody tries to help him, but that help is not really, he's not really helping in Nate's eyes, at least. But anyways, here we are finally out of that cave. And the interesting part is, it seems like there's this side path over there, and also this sort of main archway path right in front of us. And I'm not sure where we should go, so let's try, because you can see this huge mountain in front of us, and I think this is another brilliant sort of nod towards Bethesda games and Skyrim in particular, because at some point during demonstrations of Skyrim to the public, Todd Howard said something along the lines of, like, can you see that mountain? You can climb that mountain. And this game, Baby Steps, is pretty much the definition of Oh yeah, you are going to climb that mountain. Like, no matter what you do, no matter if you want or not, you will have to climb that mountain. So it's kind of a funny thing to say. And I think in trailer they also said this, like there are mountains and you can climb them, as if trying to sell this as a, big gameplay feature that you can climb that mountain. So kind of a meme phrase at this point. I'm curious. Let's actually try to see what's around this side path before we go through the main path. Because I'm that kind of guy who first checks the side paths before he goes on to the main quest. Usually in these games, so let's do that. Slow and steady. Oh. Okay. So far so good. There seems to be a, what's this called, like Ferris wheel or something? And that's alright. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, it seems like this side path leads over here. And this is... I can't quite make what it is. Is it like like ancient, giant creature bones or something like that? Or is it... yeah, is it just some gardening equipment or something? I don't know, I'm not sure, so let's try go and explore it. Okay, so let's see what's here. Yeah, it looks like you could step on these things and then maybe get to that pillar, but not sure why you would do that, but I think it's possible. But anyway, so what's this side? Again, this seems like more mountain climbing, maybe? I don't know. Let's get down here for now.
Oh, shit.
Oh, come on, Nate. It's not so bad. Well, maybe it is, but I don't know. We got down at least. Let's see, so further.
Oh,
Okay, for there. This ground is slippery. What? I just heard something. What was it? Like a grumbling sound or something like that? Not sure. Again. Is that someone? No, this is just some bushes over there, so... I thought someone was standing there. Anyways, so yeah, let's continue down this road and see what's in the end of this road. There's a bottle on the left side there, standing on the rock.
Shit!
That's fine, Nate, don't worry. Alright. Okay, so there seems to be a half-broken bridge over there. And over here, there seems to be a bit more broken bridge.
Ah!
So I'm wondering, does this ledge lead to somewhere? Not sure.
Grip!
That's alright.
Shit!
Okay. Well, that's one way to get a little bit further here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's not a good idea to make such wide steps on this particular surface. Okay, let's see. So seems like there's some kind of lake or a swamp, and there are some cans over there, kind of in a stuck in a pyramid formation or something, like somebody put them there like that. And around this area, because I don't think you can actually like climb. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think you can climb that ledge over there. Or maybe you can, I'm not sure. But I mean, even if you could, like, what would that accomplish? All you would do is just get to those cans, and not sure we need or want to right now. I don't know. Again, this game leaves a lot of exploration that you can just, you know, do on your own pace. And that's also something that I like about this game. You aren't like strictly guided, you know. You can just go whenever you want and wherever you want. It's kind of it's not as open-ended as something like Minecraft, but it is still quite open about what the player can do and like in what order they will accomplish objectives and stuff like that. So it gives a lot of agency to the player. I like these kinds of games. Oh, sorry, Nate, I did not mean to do that. Let's try again. So far, I have to say the controls are not as awful as some people that I watched like on YouTube made it seem. It actually makes kind of total sense what Nate does with his feet, and you can pretty much control him very well. Of course, I'm going to regret saying this in like half an hour, but so far in this starter area, I gotta say there haven't been any moments of like developers, you know, pulling some punches and doing things unfairly, which I don't like in video games, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing the Dark Souls game, because yeah, you can pretty much tell that at some point developers are just having fun at your expense and like saying, okay, you think you're smart? No. Here's a ball to your face, so get kind of dunked on, and I don't like that, because I like games that kind of give you all the tools to solve any problems that you face, and they don't kind of trick you, and they are just fair and square. Just here are the tools, here's the world, and if you want to accomplish something, go do it. We aren't gonna help you, but it's fine. As long as I have the tools. Oh, there's like a little circus tent over there. I want to get to that. So let's try walking there and see what's out there. Alright, let's see how can I get there. Is this the road? This does seem like the most straightforward way there, but it's not always the correct path. Again, this is something that we'll have to explore on our own and figure out. So, if this is indeed the wrong way to get to that circus tent, we'll learn about it. And if it is the right, then the gambit sort of pays off. And the gamble was worth it. So, let's see. I hope Nate doesn't mind that I'm walking straight in the middle of this bush. And so far, he hasn't complained about like having cold feet or anything. Or, you know, sharp stones. Again, kind of hurting his feet. So he's very capable. I would say that he doesn't really mind, maybe. Or he's just used to walking barefoot. So it's alright. You got thick feet skin on the bottom of the feet. So this is like a wooden horse. Again, I presume from the circus or like from a carousel or something, because this whole area kind of looks like, oh, alright, kind of looks like a broken down theme park or something. Again, tying to the theme of the game, of Nate being a little baby I can imagine this is what he would like to enjoy, or enjoyed at some point. But of course, the topic being a sort of grown-up version of Nathan being the baby, that means that the theme park and the circus are long gone, and all that's left are just these broken and sort of long gone remnants of it, disrepaired, whatever leftovers that we can witness here. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to do that. I lost my rhythm. Okay, let's try going forward. Okay, careful here. Maybe go this way. That's alright. Okay, here nothing too interesting. There's still one cart on that wheel. So let's go forward towards that tent. Alright, guess this is not like a tent. This is like the carousel roof, I guess. I see, it makes sense now why there are like carousel horses here. Again, the game is kind of it's alright. The game is kind of in this rhythm that once you sort of get into it, it becomes like almost like a second nature. But you kind of don't want to also absent-mindedly push buttons, because otherwise you will trip and fall. So you want to be really mindful about what you're doing. Yeah, like that. Like keeping and paying attention to Nathan's feet at all times, which is kind of funny mechanic. So yeah, if this is a carousel roof, I'm not sure there's anything of interest going on here. I mean, it's interesting, of course, that we did see the horses and the carousel itself, but yeah, I wouldn't say that the trip was worth it very much, which is, I think, again, kind of typical about a lot of stuff in this game. Like, you could say that maybe majority of the space in this game is filled with stuff that's kind of interesting, but there's not really much to do, and I think this is on purpose again. And this also might be a nod to games like Breath of the Wild, for example, because in those games perfected this dynamic where you would have every little corner. Oh, I see. So there was something worth getting. There's like a Dunes cap. That's nice. So yeah, but like I was saying, games like Breath of the Wild are kind of That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Very fitting to the style and to theme of Nate and how he sees the world and what he does in it. So yeah. Yeah, I was saying that things like Breath of the Wild and games like that perfected this loop where, like, in the corner of your vision on the screen, you would also see something similar, or something of interest. Like, hey, there's a wheel there, or like, hey, there's something glowing in the distance, or like, hey, there's like a tower over there or something. So the player will always be directed to yet another thing that is like 50 to 200 meters away from the player at any moment in time. So the landscape is littered with these points of interest. And again, this is something that's also kind of true here, but as if, you know, again, in kind of a satirical take on it. In Breath of the Wild, you would find like a stupid Korok seed everywhere in such a place, at least, or maybe some hidden treasure or something. But here, in this game, you find nothing. It's pretty much you got there for the sake of getting there. So it's kind of an interesting nod to that idea that whatever is player doing, he must be rewarded no matter what. Like, if the player decided to climb a tree, we must place like a bird's nest there with some resources like eggs and stuff like that. Whereas here, if the player decided to climb a mountain, there might be nothing on top of that mountain, so it's pretty much okay. It's like, duh, what were you trying to find here, mate? Go back to your objectives. And I kind of like that again, because at some point this realization that the world in the game is not tailored to your specific enjoyment kind of makes it more believable and more worthwhile, because in games like Skyrim, again, the world is built for you, and you can tell that it only functions around you and your actions. Whereas here, it's kind of a place in itself, and the fact that you are exploring it is just an accident, almost like whatever, the world doesn't really care about you being there. You care, of course, as a player, but not the world itself. And that, in my view, makes it way more real and way more believable. What is that? It's like a log, like a piece of wood. So yeah, I like that aspect as well. So let's pick our next objective. So we've been there. We've got our cap, which is hilarious. And let's see where this road would lead us. I'm just going to go forward, see what's out there. And also I noticed that this game doesn't really waste my time. I mean, if you are really careful and you not waste your time yourself, so far it's been like 40 minutes, and the game actually kind of respects my efforts, and it doesn't, you know, it didn't put me through like a checkpoint system where, like, for example, if I do this, if I just fall on the ground faceplant, the game doesn't reset me or like put me to the start of the level and says like, no, you should have gone that way, like you should absolutely not faceplant here on this side path. And this again something I think is great game design. Where does this lead? Does this lead somewhere? Doesn't really look like it. I don't think so. I know that these kind of wet ditches are one way the game kind of resets you and sends way down, like, because Nate is going to slide in these like in a water park, pretty much, in a water slide. And it can feel a little bit like an unfair thing in this game, like getting really high and then by just one accident kind of slipping through. But at the same time, you kind of placed that foot yourself, didn't you? On that, you know, muddy surface or whatnot. So it's not like the game is like, again, pulling any punches and like saying, okay, you did all correctly, but anyways, kind of screw you, you're going down. No, it's like, hey, you have made a mistake, and maybe the punishment for that mistake is going to seem like unproportionally big. But so were the stakes at that particular moment. Like, you could pretty much gauge how, you know, how high you were on that path, and the fact that you were so careless just makes you reconsider what's your risk there, like how careful you want to be being that high and knowing what it costs to sort of get there. So I like that as well, because that means that this game does know that there are sometimes very high stakes, and some decisions, even the mundane ones, need a lot more careful consideration in different circumstances. So again, I feel like this is good game design, and I like games with good game design, so I would say that's a win. Okay, it seems like we are again arriving at a sort of crossroads. There's big shiny thing on the top. I'm not sure I want to get it though, because it seems quite complex to get there. And also there's this glowing thing. I'm going to go for the glowing thing, because this shiny whatever is like, looks like an apple to me from here, like a pear maybe. Doesn't seem that interesting. Seems like kind of a just an optional objective. Sorry, Nate. Yeah, so I'm just going to get over there towards that glowing thing. Looks like a candle from here. And I think that maybe these stairs on the left would lead me there. I'm going to try that, not sure. Alright, so first we're going to have to scale this rock formation. Alright, so far so good. Now these stairs. Okay. Yeah, let's just go skip one step one stair at a time.
Oh.
Okay, face planting. Yeah, that's actually how I usually climb stairs, just, you know, skipping one stair step at a time. Because I got long legs in real life, so that's what I can afford when you got long
Where's the
legs.
quad? Oh!
Okay. Alright, maybe it's not like this. Okay, that's better. At this point, I'm just not really, as you maybe noticed, I'm not really holding to, not really having 2 feet at the same time, so I'm almost always just have 1 foot in the air, which again kind of about that rhythm that I was talking about, but also maybe I should be more careful here.
Oh no!
But at the same time, it's kind of easier like that, because Nathan does slide a little bit. Oh no, we lost our cap. It's unfortunate. Okay, apparently, yeah, you need to get really close to it.
Fuck!
No? Okay. Maybe I need to see this from another angle. Okay, did that work? Yes, perfect. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm more familiar with this angle anyways. So yeah, it does look like a candle. Nice. And there's another stack of those bottles in the top right corner there. Of those cans. Maybe those are like tuna cans or something. I don't know. Seems some kind of preserved food. Gosh, there's so much litter here. And if we think, if to slow shift to slow food, what is? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. This is like for more a careful placement of feet. Okay, that's good to know. So if we do, but I mean, it's, yeah, I guess it's helpful, but at the same time, I've been just fine with it as it was so far. Okay, we are
Hey,
here.
hey, hey, is this anybody's camp? Thirsty. Oh, slimy. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, hey, hey! Oh, is there anybody there? Oh. Maybe just a taste. Oh, oh my.
Okay. We are in another game. Game within a game. Again. A trope that some games are guilty of. So, let's see what's going on here. It seems like a simpler game. Honey, go swim with your father. It's fine. It's not dangerous. You'll be fine. There are no sharks. Nothing dangerous. It's healthy. You'll feel better. Okay, so it seems like our mom or something. Again, this looks like one of those flashbacks to Nate's childhood, maybe? And apparently he didn't really like to swim. And not all kids do, so I can relate to that. Junior, get in here. The water's fine. You'll be fine. You know how to swim. You had lessons. Oh, I see. So here we go again with that mentality of like, yeah, we paid for your lessons. We kind of forced you to learn something. So you know how to, we know that you know how to do it. So why aren't you doing it? Again, kind of that guilty mentality of like, hey, we gave you all the tools. Why aren't you doing anything with them? It's not dangerous. It feels good. Well, it probably feels good to you, but it doesn't mean it will feel good to Nathan if he doesn't want to do it. He'll feel better. Okay, and then it's just... Okay, that's just repeating. Okay, what if I don't want to swim, maybe? So let's see... Is there anything else to do? He sleeps peacefully. Okay. Nate, what's wrong? Is it scary? You're a little too old for this. You have to get over... Oh, I see. So this is like not his childhood necessarily. So it might be like teens or even now. So when he's like 35, he still doesn't really like to swim. It's time to get in the water. Don't put this time pressure on this kid. You'll feel better. Well, you don't really know that. Okay, it seems like we are swimming. Or rather flying, judging by that shadow on the sand. So apparently Nate's imagination is not really swimming, but he'd rather fly than swim. That's how much he kind of dislikes the idea of swimming. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. So what happens now? Can I land here? No? Okay, that's fine. Maybe we need to hide in the cloud or something. Or maybe go even further to the right. Okay, we are flying now. Over the sea. Over the ocean. We have changed color, I think. We are white as a bird now. That's interesting. I can't really land in the ocean. Can I interact with a bird? Do you feel better? So now the bird asks him, does he feel better or not? That's always a good sign. A talking bird. Okay, there's nobody here on this screen, it seems like. Nate is alone here. Yeah, there's nobody around to help him. He's just alone, flying in the skies. And now there's more sky than... Yeah, so it's like the sea and the ocean gets... Yeah, it does get lower and lower proportion of the screen, and the sky gets bigger and bigger and like more and more important. Yeah, and now the ocean is gone completely and we are just in the sky. You'll feel better. Yeah, this is already kind of breaking your mind territory. Fade out. Alright, and we are back in Nathan's room. Okay. Okay, yeah, that seems like we have completed one chapter of this wonderful game. So I think we'll stop it here and continue next time. So, but before that we do that, let's see what Nate has been reading. So seems like some fantasy novels mostly, so no serious literature. And again, it kind of makes sense because Nate wants to escape this whole reality that he's living in. He has his, drugs with a bong over there. Oh, and there are Pringles stacked up in a similar way that the cans were in his mind. You still watching One Piece? Oh yeah, of course. So he's watching anime and doesn't really like doing laundry or anything, pretty much. Yeah, he has his video game controller right there on the table. And also, it seems like he's living in a basement with his parents, which is interesting. There are some post-its on the wall. I wonder if Nate put those post-its there, or if it were his parents. There's also a couple of posters on the wall above the bed. One is Big Bear's graduation. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't watch that. Seems like a movie or an animated film. That bear does look a little bit like Nate, I gotta say. And also like some Buddhist temple up in the mountains with the Buddhist flags. Interesting. So maybe Nate was dreaming about some kind of spiritual enlightenment journey, but didn't quite make it to the mountains, at least in real life. Maybe that's why he sort of walks around in a fairy tale land now in the game. I also see like a Totoro lamp by the bed, which is cute. And yeah, judging by the things in this room, you can't really tell if these things are here from his childhood or is it something that he acquired now being an adult, because he's kind of in that childhood state. So I'm not sure. Interesting. And of course there's laundry on the couch and big dent on the couch as well, where Nate is sitting usually. So yeah, it seems like he does spend a lot of time there, not really moving or doing anything, just ordering pizza, playing video games, eating some sugary food like breakfast with milk, cereal. Alright, but yeah, like I said, thanks for watching and see you next time.